Good morning, everybody. There was the opening bell. It is actually looking pretty rough out there in the stock market today, guys. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but woo, it's getting pretty rough out here. These stocks are going wild at the moment. We're seeing the SPY go pretty crazy this morning, and I don't mean in a good way either. It is selling off in a major fashion. It fell under 520. We actually fell all the way down to around the 518 support. Now, guys, I cannot stress how big this 518 area is on the SPY. I mean, it's the biggest area on SPY over the past couple of weeks easily, unless you want to count the all-time high as the biggest level. But either way, this is pretty insane at the moment. So I'm really watching this key support here, 518. If this ends up giving out more today, then I think we could see a continuation down on the selling pressure that started today. And a lot of people are initially like, well, hey, what happened this morning? Why is the market down so much? There's not even any like economic data points here that have came out yet. It's not that bad at all, really. So what caused this? I'm sure everybody's like really like, what happened here? We go look at gold. It's been going up. The big thing that really caused that today is just yields. Simply, you can look at US 10Y. It is exploding today as the market drops off. So as we headed into open today, there was a big extension up on US 10Y. We can go back to the daily chart. It's weird to say that US 10Y has resistance, but there's definitely areas where it sells off of. And it just broke through one of the key ones here. So you have to keep your eyes on US 10Y today. The 10-year yield. I guess you could go US like O2Y as well. You know, I'm sure that's up. Yeah, it's up too. Just not exploding as much, but yeah, the yields are exploding. And that's really what sent the market down. I personally did not see any crazy market breaking news come out. If you guys did, maybe throw it down in the comments or something. But other than that, that's the main thing I'm seeing today. But let's go, guys. We got on the walk. I like that. I actually cooked on a walk last night. I don't know if that's what you mean, but that's definitely what we're doing there. Xbox. Oh, you guys are good. Logan, Kevin, CM, Mason, Walter, Timk, Jason, Francisco, Justin, Kevin. Appreciate you guys joining up today. Let's go. What's up, Jerry? Yeah, today's a pretty wild day out there in the market. With SPY being right at this support, honestly, I think it's a little bit tough to trade at open. Apple's starting to sell off now. That's a fun one, breaking their support around 169, 170. We talked about that being so crucial yesterday. There's another one coming up around 168.50. Let's see what happens with you, Apple. You're going to sell off more? I could see it. Microsoft's down to support too. 419. That could be a good level. That ends up resulting in a breakdown. Could at least see like 416 out of that. So maybe a little $3 move there on Microsoft at 418 breaks. We really need to see the overall market continue down here, though. If it starts truly bouncing up off this support, that's going to suck. We really need to see some good continuation to the downside here. We need to see the low pre-market break, which it looks like it's about to. There we go. All right, SPY, I like it. I like it. Man, the watch list is going to be brutal today. Yeah. The only green stocks are like Coke, Pepsi, DJT, crude oil. Other than that, everything's down. Look at the amount of stocks down 3% or more heading into open. SMCI, Tesla, Blink, CVS, Affirm, Square, Palantir, Enphase, AAL, Penn Gaming, AMD's down over 3%. Man, this is not good, guys. But hey, watch SQQQ, watch UVXY. These are popping off in pre-market. They could be great options today if you don't want to play puts. If you have to play calls, look at calls on those two. Or maybe DJT. We'll give that one a pass because it, you know, is too wild. AMD down under 180. Looking for better opportunities down here. Every time I switch over to a stock this morning, it has a little green candle going on. Besides the SPY, that's the only one that's been pretty consistent down, I guess. We gotta see Tesla again, though, with those delivery numbers. And don't worry, guys. I have the numbers right here for us. They are right here. So, if we're looking at the numbers, 11 estimates by analysts. They were expecting deliveries of around 457,000. Investor relations, we're expecting 443,000, 431,000 on the deliveries. These numbers ended up coming in a lot worse at 386,000. That is missing by a lot, guys, a lot. That's a big miss. The analysts were expecting 457,000 on deliveries, and it came in at 386,000. The demand is not there. It just, Tesla's been having some problems lately. I think that Tesla's having an issue where a lot of people wanted Teslas at the beginning for the hype, and now that the hype is going away, I don't know. I don't think people are as like into Teslas as they were. Or for example, they already have one, you know, they don't need to keep getting more. I think it's getting harder for them to grow. I'll tell you what, I would own a Tesla if they had more chargers. If they had more chargers, I would have one. I would. I like the screen. I think it's cool. I just, they need more superchargers here, and I'm sure it's like that for a lot of people. Still not as bad as Lucid's numbers. If anyone wants some good news. That's funny. Still not as bad as Lucid's, huh? Man, Lucid is something else when you think about it. Yeah, that is the good news, I guess. I'll give it that. Looking at Tesla on the daily. A lot of people have asked lately, where do I see Tesla going? I see it falling under 160. I could see it getting back. I'm actually, now, I've said this for a while. I'm looking for it to get down to like 110 to 100 over the next like year, maybe year and a half. I think it could fall a lot more. I really do. Maybe not much more than 100, but I do think that it could fall from this current point more. And for all you guys that have been watching this for a while, you'll know that I've seen this one quite a bit. I've talked about it being at 100 for a while, or at least a lot lower than here. All right, switch over to QQQ. Let's see what we're getting on the day trading opportunities today. QQQ selling off really good. I like that. Looking pretty hot. Oh yeah. Keep it going, keep it going. Let's go over to Tessie again. Nothing. Nvidia, AMD. AMD's been selling off. I know that one's been really rough this morning. Nvidia hasn't been as rough. Let's see the daily here on AMD. Whoa, guys. Look at the resistance that AMD just rejected off of, too. Honestly, I kind of like AMD down here. Is AMD going to be a head and shoulders pattern? Because it could definitely set up that way. Like, we got our head here, got our neckline with the shoulders. It's like, wow. I could see that being a decent opportunity. Pretty big resistance here, though, AMD. I like that. It looks good. More intraday selling going on. Under 176, heading down towards 175.50. Somebody wants a Tesla book map. Let me go see if I can get it for him real quick. SPY is dropping. Whoa, SPY. Oh, man, I'm not surprised. Yeah, there it goes. Down to around 517. Go look at SPY again. Sheesh. I want to see that book map really quick on Tessie. Actually, I'll even switch to it on SPY. Let's see. Gonna zoom in a lot on it, though. Not too crazy. Man, SPY. That is brutal, guys. Since open, there was one red candle and then like 10 red candles in a row. That's pretty insane. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mason. Exactly. Hey, Jason said Rivian actually beat estimates today. Hey, that's a good sign. That's not bad. Let's see the daily real quick. It's not moving like it beat. Oh. I didn't even know they had numbers today. Really? Hang on. Or was it just the last time you meant? No, they did. They did. Yeah, wow. They beat on deliveries and the stock fell. That's too bad for Rivian. That's too bad. Wow. That shows you how brutal that stock has been, right? Because that's pretty brutal that you beat deliveries and you still fall. Like, come on now. Whoa, what was that? I think my daughter's going crazy on the baby monitor here. Go to Tesla. There we go. There we go. That's funny. Tesla got some green coming back. All these stocks down, and this one runs up a little. It opened, of all things. How much is it down? 5%? Okay. Guess I got to give it that. Make sure you guys stick around for the poll today. I think you'll like this one. This one's pretty sick. All right, you are gonna like this one. Let's see. All right, here we go. Vote up in the poll. We're going to play something called Stock Market Limbo. All right, we're going to see how low can you go. And we're featuring Tesla today. Where do you guys think it's going to get? 140 to 150? 120 to 140? 100 to 120? Or hell, lower than that? Let me know which one you guys think. How low will Tesla go in the long run before popping again? I'm curious what you guys pick. I think this could be an extremely interesting situation here today. SPY started getting a couple green candles coming in, so that's not too bad. Not too bad here. Oh man, I'm looking at like 100, Mason, so That's where I'm looking. It's gotten to 100 before. You better watch out. That's the funny thing. Tesla wasn't at 100 all that long ago. Hell, it ran down and touched it at the beginning of 2023. I'm curious where it gets, though. Mason goes, I'll pray for that. I'll be picking it up. Yeah, dude, I mean, it seems crazy, Mason, but in the world of stocks, it's really not. Like, if you look at Tesla's chart, that's literally, like, not even, like, the inkling of crazy. You know what I mean? Whenever you look at how volatile and up and down this stock is. It's such a volatile stock. How's Nvidia doing here on the daily? Yeah, even they're selling off on the daily, starting to. Obviously nothing like Tesla, though. Whoa. He said, Weeble doesn't show me 1 to 3 minute charts. Mason goes, you mean just today, or? Not at all, man. Go read the poll real quick. It says, how low will Tesla go in the long run before popping again? In the long run. Like, over the next year, 2 years, how low will Tesla get before it runs back up? That's the... more of a long-term outlook. Definitely not today. That would be pretty insane. 1 day charts. Crash says, Weeble doesn't show me 1 to 3 minutes. That kind of sucks there, Cross. Does it really not? I mean, I feel like Weeble does. I'm not like a Weeble expert, but I'm like, I would think that there's like 1 minute charts there. I'm not 100% certain, though. I'm not a big Weeble guy. Yeah, I'm like pretty sure that you can do minute charts on there. You'll just need to change some settings or something. Of course. AAL died. You lied to me, Tom. What? How'd I lie on AAL? I'll tell you what, I don't think it was AAL. What was it? UAL? No. DAL? Oh yeah, DAL. That's the one that had a crazier daily chart. Woo! That was good though. That was good. Yeah, the airlines died off today, didn't they? They had a lot of good momentum yesterday, but that is kind of a rip today. Too bad they're not continuing the trend. I blame SPY. Actually, you know who I blame? I blame Powell. No, I'm just kidding. Blame Biden. There we go. I'm blaming Biden. No, I'm just kidding, guys. April 2nd. April Fools. Can you check BBW? Is that real? Build-A-Bear Workshop? What? I don't know about you guys, but whenever I hear BBW, I start getting scared. I start getting worried. I'm like, crap, I read something bad. The stock looks wild on the daily, doesn't it? Up to like $30.50. Wow, okay. This is my new favorite stock, guys. Build-A-Bear Workshop. Who would have thought? Right around $30? Low key, guys. What the hell's up with this one? I kind of like the setup. I mean, It's been stair-stepping up so well on the daily. I like this setup. This is not bad. Wow. I would say it looks pretty damn strong on the daily. I would look for it to break $30.50. Sam. Oh my god, there actually is one. No way. Oh shit. Alright, SPY selling down here. Still, it's not like a massive sell-off, but it's having some decent red. Still having pressure on that low of day, which is fire. This was a good one, guys. This was a good one. Evans, that would be pretty good. What's the volume on it? I wonder. Probably 69,000. Let's see. The volume. 11,000. Yesterday it had oh, this is a pretty low volume stock, isn't it? It only sits at like 100 to 200,000 volume, it looks like most of the time. Damn. I get it. I get the joke though. Trust me, I get it. 517 given out on SPY, guys. Continued pressure on that low of day. Gonna be really fun. Jobs data comes out in 8 minutes. Of course, I'm not forgetting about that. Saw everyone talking about it in Discord. It's the JOLTS job openings. So we'll see what the jobs are looking like. Probably wait for the CNBC article on that one. Any trades on the SM? I'll be real with you, I haven't even been looking at it because there's been so much good downside movement. Boeing's on the SM for puts. I think Boeing could actually be good under 187.40. Yeah, Boeing I think is a pretty fire looking setup today on the SM. If it breaks down 187.40, maybe set up an alert. If you're looking to day trade it down. Microsoft's on the bot now too. Again, about to make new lows of the day. If it holds under 420, that'll be looking good. We got ZOM running off, guys. How are these oil stocks continuing to run like this? Up to 67.75. Holy shit. Oil is just blowing my mind over the past few months. Oil stocks especially. Now look, I was looking for them to move up. If you guys have been watching the stream for a while, you know, I was buying leap options, shares, all, you know, different shit with oil down here. I wasn't expecting this type of a run. Or this quick of a run, I should say. That these back-to-back green candles are amazing on these oil stocks. Oxy's actually about to hit pretty big resistance, so watch out there, but it's badass to see. I know we've been talking about it a lot on the nightly videos, so hope you guys... I actually had Oxy last night as one of my plays of today, so will you guys take advantage of that? Just doesn't slow down short term. I love riding momentum like this. It's so fun. Tilray green, whoa. Is Tilray getting high today? CGC, not bad. CGC's up 12%. Sam says, when does SGov pay dividends? Let me go check. I'm like 99% sure that it's monthly, but I want to double check for you. Pretty certain it's monthly. Let's see. No, I lied. Wait. Yeah, monthly. I thought it would say on here somewhere. Everything's freaking locked. What the? Why is it locked? Oh, I gotta have FinViz Elite. Ah, I don't use FinViz too much. look at the top 10 holdings. This is funny. Treasury bills. Of course. I'm like 99% sure it's monthly. Ah. Let me go to... Let me look at the dividend history.
So, what exactly did you tell them then?
Yep, it's monthly. See, there's already been 3 this year. February, March, April. So you're getting around right now, we'll just say like 45 cents a share, right? 45 cents a share. So SGOV is around 100 there. So, you know, you're not going to be getting the most money out of it, but let's bring up the shitty calculator real quick. You do 45 cents, we'll say times 12 months. That's $5.40. That's like 5%, 5.4% of 100. So yeah, it's not bad, you know, like 5%. The problem with this is that just realize, I think that there's tax implications for dividends like this. So well, I should say this. I know there's tax implications for dividends. So just be aware of that. 5.4%. I think you can go get like a SoFi savings account or a firm savings account or something and get like 5.4% just for that. So keep that in mind, but just pays out monthly. Man, Zom, that is nuts. 119.22, exploding still. I'm glad it has weak correlation to the SPY, because that's awesome to see it there. ETA about 3 minutes on that economic data. Everybody's watching the data today. Yesterday, the data actually moved the market quite a bit whenever it came out. Let's see, I have on the chart, it was at 10 a.m. again. So the market was kind of just chopping around yesterday, and literally this is right where the data came out. I'm pointing to it. Within those couple of 1 minute candles there, right here. So you can see it sparked like a quick sell-off there yesterday. I forgot what the damn data even was yesterday, but like PMI or something. Let's check. Yesterday. Yeah, PMI. ISM services PMI. Manufacturing PMI, so there we go. Let's get it, though. Let's get it. The JOLTS openings coming out in about 30 seconds or so. Should be really soon. Hey, thank you guys for subscribing today. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. I go live every single morning at market open, covering the bigger moves out there. All right, data. It should hit here any second now, any second. Let me unplug my mouse. I feel like going wireless today. There were some terrible storms by me last night. And I mean terrible, guys. It was brutal out there. All right, we got the data. I have the SPY up. I'm not checking the data yet. I want to see what the SPY does off the bat, because we might see a bit of a jump. Or it should just start jumping around. Jump around. I love that song from like the 80s or 90s or whenever that's from. Jump Around. All right, data. I know it'll be on the calendar now. Came in at 8.756 million versus a... Looks like it came in right around the forecast and consensus, so... Okay. So did the factory orders. I don't know what factory orders means, honestly. I've never looked into that one before, but probably doesn't really matter. Looks like it came in right around those expectations, though, so SPY isn't doing anything too crazy yet. I'm wondering if the SPY won't even care about the jobs report, really. And that's what could happen. Sam said, I haven't gotten the monthly payment for it. What the? Let me see. You're gonna get paid in about 3 days. Just be patient, Sam. You gotta watch these EX dividend dates and the payment dates and stuff. Go to tip ranks and go to SGOV and then click dividends on the left and it'll tell you when your payment dates are and stuff, so you should get it, Sam. I don't know when you bought it, but you should be getting it in just a few days. On Friday, it looks like. Yeah, Friday. Speaking of that, I'm going to the Lake of the Ozarks this weekend. That's going to be great. That'll be awesome. Tom's daughter was probably his thunder buddy. Was Tom scared? I was actually awake. And I was kind of pissed because it was like 2 in the morning and I'm sitting there like trying to go to sleep. I'm like, oh, it's time for bed. And then the sirens go off and the power flickers and stuff. I was like, oh, great. Ended up getting to bed at like 3 or 4 in the morning and woke up at 7. It's not a good day for the world of Tom, but it's okay. I don't really need sleep. I'm not a big sleep person. I'm like a bat. My dad used to call me a vampire because I would stay up playing video games till like 5 in the morning, like every night. QQQ, that's a decent pop back. Thunder is just God's farts. What do you call the snow then, Xbox? What are you gonna call the snow? Oh no. CGC's trying, Lloyd said. CGC running up to 850, 855. Did your guys' like grandparents used to tell you this stuff as kids too? Man, they used to tell me that all the time. Stuff like that. Mason, I think that's like the main one my grandma used to say, actually. Oh, it's from Ted, I see. Meta gave the middle finger to the sell-off today. CGC is doing better than most. You're right, it really did. Meta's coming right back. That's a good recovery. Let's go check on the Mag 7. Meta, Amazon, Apple. They're all kind of coming back a little bit. Look at Google, I guess. Why not? Even they're coming back slightly. What the hell was up with Google yesterday? That was one hell of a run. How's Snapchat? Nothing. The oil stocks are pulling back intraday now. Just be a little bit aware of that. I saw the new Godzilla versus Kong movie on Sunday. What? There's a new movie with that? I didn't know that. Sounds kind of interesting, though. GDX 3250 by Friday. Let's see. $32.5. It's already almost there. I could see that. I could see 32.5. It's holding well on support. Good to see. Good to see. Yeah, I could see 32.50. It's only like 10 cents off. I definitely wouldn't be holding weekly calls, though, on it. If that's kind of what you're alluding to, I would not hold weekly calls, because if you hold weekly calls overnight, sure, if it keeps going up, that's fine. But if you have one down day, bam, it's falling off. Bob and Fran loving XLE. Very nice, guys. That's awesome. 1.34%. One of the better ETFs out there lately, making new highs, continuing the run. Let's go. Let's go. The big money entered a nice play on March 18th with XLE. I want to check on this right now. I'm going to go check. I got to see it. Got to see it. Let me type it into my code. .XLE 24 05 17 C95. That's the code. What, did I mess it up? All right, let's see. It's up to 3.9 right now. Let me go back to the entry date here, which I'm assuming was back on the 18th. Yep. That's up 150% right now. That's pretty big. 150%, guys. That is huge. I'm gonna draw a little arrow here to where they're at, where they entered. Even right, like entry. That's pretty big. Pretty damn good. Wow, that is just one of the craziest daily charts. Sorry, guys. I had to post it up in Discord. That is fire right there. Let me draw that out again. That's what she said. CVS Xbox. Yeah, you know, I did see CVS on the SM bot today. Pretty bad drop. What happened to this one last night? I did not see the news for this one, but they really sold back off. They were starting to recover back, and that gap down today gave it all back, guys. Man, it had been running up the whole entire month of March and just gave back. It gave back the whole month of March, the whole gain. It went up for pretty much the whole entire month and just gave it back on one move. If you guys know it on CVS, let me know. Then I'll look into it a little bit. Why did the market gap down so much today? Angel, I cannot find an exact reason, but I do know that the yields were running up a lot today. You can see US 10Y if we go to like an hourly chart. Look at how much it popped up from yesterday to today. This is the move from this morning right here. Whenever yields pop like this, it's not good for the market. Definitely not good. The probabilities are still looking at rate cuts coming in this year, so still looking like there's going to be 3 cuts based off the probability chart. Man, he posted it up in Discord this morning. But it's not good to see it running up here, though. You go to the daily US 10Y, actually just broke pretty big resistance whenever you look at it. There's been a big resistance, a lot of touches at this level here, multiple touches. 1, 2, 3, 4 perfect touches on this level. And now it's finally breaking and starting to go back up. Not good whenever you see yields up like this. Makes sense. Money going into bonds. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Angel. Exactly. But I will say this, like, with the amount of movement that happened this morning, I was kind of expecting to see more news out there. So I just, yeah, it's, I don't know. It's weird. I thought there was definitely going to be more news. Huh. At the beginning of trading today, 2,100 names in the NYSE were lower and only 500 traded higher. Oh, wow. Definitely not good to hear that, but SPY is still looking pretty good down here. Getting some good movement, breaking lows of days, constant pressure. Hell yeah. Let's look at some supports coming up. Switch over to the 15-minute chart. Okay. First up, I see 516 even. 515 as well. There's like a $1 point right there. Please explain more about the yields, Jason said. Yeah, so, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm a bond expert. You know, there's probably a lot of people out there with a lot more knowledge in the actual bonds than me. But essentially, guys, with yields like US 10Y, anytime that these yields are higher, you can just make a super safe, we'll say, risk-free, essentially, investment where you're going to get like 4 to 5% pretty much guaranteed over the certain amount of time. And whenever you look at the stock market right now, with how high everything is, if yields stay high, people are going to start pulling money out of stocks and putting them into these yields. And when I say people, I don't necessarily mean like all of us day traders or like anybody like that. I mean, you know, there is a lot of normal people doing it, but the majority, I'd say, is going to be like big institutions, even other countries buying up bonds. And, you know, there's so much stuff that goes into play with yields and bonds. Like, it affects so much of the economy. I could go on for hours about it, but to make it simple, the higher yields go, the less incentive there is to buy stocks. Because why would you buy the stocks if you could just put your money into these and it's pretty much risk-free, unless the US bond market has an upheaval. And if that happens, stocks are fucked too. So be ready if that happens. But I bet the market would tank if our bond market got hit in a true way, you know. I don't just mean like a short-term pullback here, but yeah, yields being higher, definitely not good, in my opinion. There's an argument that like there needs to be a good middle ground, right? Good middle ground on the yields, I'd say. I don't want to see interest rates get back to the levels of the 80s, man. That's gonna suck if that happens, but Angel, I could see that. I could see that. Jane goes, this is my last hope. If I buy GDX and Oxy and hold for the summer, will it tank? They are pretty high right now, Jane, but in the short term, they're really going. I'll say this, Jane, you know, just keep with it, you know? Keep putting money into the account, put some money aside, and please, 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 Jane, please, look into shorting puts. Look into shorting put options and running the wheel. Jane, I swear to God, it will change your trading career if you look into that and you do it right on good companies. The problem is you can't just do it on companies you believe in. You know, you got to do some real analysis on them. But, you know, you could always ask Hunter or me or anybody. Hunter's going to give you a good fundamental analysis on them. I'm going to give you some charting. Either way, though, those long-term plays, Jane, come into play so much. Yeah, CSP, yeah. Cash secure puts, yup. There's a lot of names for them. Jane said, can I do it with the 6K cash account? You can do it with that, Jane. It might be better to go with margin so that you can get into more of the plays, but yeah, you can definitely start it with 6,000, Jane, for sure. For sure, for sure. There's a few, let me see. How Square, PayPal's pretty low. There's a few stocks right now that are fairly low that you could almost start it on that I'm liking here, but let's see. Yeah, you can definitely do it, Jane. Check out the Theta Trades channel. Pretty big in there. What's TQQQ and SQQQ for SPY? They actually aren't related to SPY at all. They're related to the NASDAQ, which is QQQ. So SQQQ is just an ETF that essentially inverses the QQQ. So when the QQQ goes down, SQQQ goes up. I believe it's 3x leverage as well. And TQQQ, I believe, is the same thing, just the opposite way. It just goes... So TQQQ will follow QQQ up, whereas SQQQ will follow QQQ down. So might be a little confusing, but you can see how they're exact opposites today. I can actually plot SQQQ on here too, so you guys can see exactly how much, you know, how they're opposites of each other, right? Here, I'll even plot up the, let me go to QQQ. So here's QQQ and SQQQ. So you can see how SQQQ goes up when QQQ drops. It just goes up at a quicker pace. And that'll give you more of an opportunity. And to kind of explain that, you know, there's a lot of holdings with SQQQ. A lot of times with those ETFs, you know, there's like NASDAQ futures involved and a lot of stuff to make that price be that. But they have it all worked out to make it work. UVXY, yeah, that's another one. That is another one there. But Mason, UVXY doesn't actually inverse SPY. It actually, UVXY is actually following VIX. So that's if you see VIX today, it's on fire because the SPY is going nuts. And it's gonna follow that. VIX loves big moves on the trend. I gotta do this real quick. That was pretty fire. Learn something new for me. Is there an inverse for the SPY? I believe that there is. Let me try and find one for you. Inverse ETF for S&P 500. Let's see. I can't think of one off the top of my mind, but I know that there is. All right, so SH I think is one. Yeah, SH is one that inverses S&P 500 or SPY, you could say. Not SPY directly, but more of the S&P index, I'm sure. There's another one. SDS is another one. This one's up 2% today. You can see the strong negative correlation to the SPY down there. Let me check out NVIDIA real quick. Go look on the book map. Yeah, there's a lot of buyers there. At Gotcha Motors, they have this slogan, once we get ya, we gotcha. Xbox, I felt like that at the fucking car dealership on Friday. Oh. I hate that shit. They take you in the back room, and then they ram you. No, they do though with the warranty bullshit. I don't know if you guys ever buy cars around here, but I'm buying one like every damn year it seems like, and yeah, we know how it is. The warranties, you get shafted with those. You know, they come out. oh my gosh, buy this wheel and tire package. It's $500. And if you curb your wheels or your tire pops, we'll replace them. Yeah, how about no? And then, how about you pay $1,500 for this 5-year service plan? Yeah, no. No, I'm good. No. How about this warranty that costs an extra $4,000? I don't know. Justin said, I work at a dealership and it really just depends on the people. Yeah, those people in the financing are pretty rough usually, but they're always nice. I'll give it to them there. They're nice. It's their job to try to shaft you. You know, that's their job. Their job is shafting the person that buys the car. Literally. In their bank account. Gap insurance. Yeah, now that's a good one. You need that. We bought a warranty for that 4Runner. It's like 120,000 miles or something. All we did was just get the bumper-to-bumper warranty, though. No. I'll be real with you guys. If they ever try to sell you on, like, the paint protection or, like, the wheels and all that stuff, it's all a scam, guys. It really is. A lot of times, they don't even apply the damn coatings. They really don't half the time. Go take it to, save the money on the loan. Don't finance that crap. Get out of there. Take it to a detailing shop, a good one, like a place that does like Ferraris and shit. And like tell them like, hey, put some protection on the seats, put a ceramic coating on the car, and then you won't have to finance it. It'll be a better job done. You're supporting a local business usually that's into cars. So that's always the better way. And then also with those wheels and things, like if you curb them, just take it and get it refinished somewhere. It's like $100. Don't pay like $500 to $1,000 for that stuff. Drive shaft, Tom. Yeah, that's what I meant, Xbox, of course, was the drive shaft, duh. Is it better to take out profits each time I see them or take out everything when I think it's the highest for the day? Yoshi said. Yoshi, I am a huge believer in scaling out. I think scaling out is 100% needed. I'll do an example today. We'll just pick something random. We'll pick Tesla because it sucked. Well, it hasn't had the best move it open, I guess. What's something that's down a lot today? Microsoft? Yeah, here we go. All right, here's a good example. Scaling out. Let's say with Microsoft, right? Let's say you notice this resistance here. Let's just hypothetically say you saw the stock rejecting here on Microsoft. Let's say you enter somewhere like, let's say your entry wasn't the best. Let's say you got in like right here. Okay, Microsoft starts going down quite a bit. I'm a big fan of scaling out. So like, let's say your first target is like 20 to 30%, right? You know, as Microsoft was falling, you know, let's say maybe right here was your first target. You exit, let's say half the position, taking 30%. Then you hold half. Maybe you exit a few more at 50%. And then, you know, the stock hits a bottom, it starts coming back up, and then you sell some more at like 40%. You know, I think that scaling out is just the best way to go. And then that way, you know, like let's say you were initially just gonna exit here, right? You thought that was the low, you're like, it's on support, maybe it won't break or something. You know, if you exit, like let's say 50, 60, 70%, then hold a few, you can usually catch those moves and let them run longer. Now, obviously, scaling out isn't always perfect. You know, you might want to scale out 30% of the position first, or like 40 or 50. You know, every play is going to be slightly different, but I think getting a good scaling out strategy is the way to go, rather than trying to just pick the top or the bottom. Or I think it's even better than just having like a set percentage as well. Because with set percentages, What if you're trying to hit 20% and the stock goes to 19%? If you notice it bouncing off of support, you know, you don't want to like stick to 20%, just take the profits at 19. You know, like it's, if you stick to those hard amounts, it gets a little bit harder. You could also do time in the play. Like for example, like you, after a certain amount of time, you know, you start scaling out no matter what or something. If it's a day trade, because it'll probably be short-term expiration, and I think that's the way to go, Yoshi, really. Entered CGC at 7.42. Now it's at 8.16. Kind of has a support going on here. Around $8 even. Yeah, so Yoshi, I would say, like, if this starts to run back up, like, let's say 840, I'd probably look to scale out maybe half the position, and then that way you're in the clear. The play can fall down to break even, and at least you made a little bit on the day, even if the play fails. That's why I'm a big fan of scaling out and locking in, so you can get in and don't get failed like that. They will hit your monthly 7 different ways, and you lose money on the way. Shop for actual price, not payment. Yeah, exactly, Jane. They really will. They'll extend the loan out. Like, the big thing I see, Jane, is what the hell is going on with, like, these 84-month loans and stuff now? Like, what? There's, like, 84-month loans and, like, 96-month car loans now. I'm like, are you kidding me? My one friend, I think, got like an 84-month loan because they wanted a car payment of like $400, and it was like going to be $600 a month. So they just extended it out a shit ton to meet it. And I was like, oh, like I calculated the interest that he ended up paying, and he's paying like $10,000 more for this car because of that. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, dude, do you realize that those 2 extra years are going to cost you like 10 grand? I don't think that people even realize it, honestly. God. Yeah, and then the interest rates, Jason, are like 14% or higher. Like, wow. We all know that's not the best way to go. Hell, I'd rather stick to a 3-year loan if you could, but... I know that's not realistic, though, all the time. Wait, Justin, that happens quite a bit? No way. I thought maybe it was just random, Justin, but it's real? That is crazy. Darth, what's up? Xbox, just save up as much as you can. Yeah, exactly, Xbox. That's a great way. What's up, Darth? Appreciate you today. Not just you, Darth, but for anybody just now joining up, vote up in the poll. Smash that like button, subscribe. Let's go, guys. Let's go, let's go. Appreciate you. First last said stick to used cars. Cheap. No financing. Yeah, sadly, I bet a lot of people do those 85-year loans on used cars, which is sad. That's probably the saddest part. I wonder how much that happens. Hey, DJT's taking off, Jason said. No way. Oh, wow. 52.65. Okay. Coming out of the brinks of hell today. That's good. I probably was shaking my head, Xbox. But I have $1 million real estate portfolio. That's funny. My tenants have better cars than I do. That's awesome, Jane. Yeah, my sister's husband, we're going to their lake house this weekend. They have like a $2 million house at like the Lake of the Ozarks, which, you know, that might not sound a lot like if you live in like Cali or something, but like in Missouri, a $2 million house is like a mansion. So at the Lake of the Ozarks, it's pretty wild. This guy drives around in like a shitty like Ford Sprinter van. It's kind of funny. And he owns like apartment complexes and stuff. The guy doesn't even have his own car. It's like a little Ford Sprinter van. It's insane. It's insane. Now his wife, my sister, has a 4Runner, so, you know, a brand new one. But still, I mean, he don't even have like a fun weekend car. It's kind of funny. But hey, he's smart. Those like vans and stuff, they can do work too. You can like haul a bunch of wood in them and stuff. The guy's always running around fixing things and... Yeah, that is pretty bad, Xbox. That's pretty rough. Boeing coming back alive here. How's U.S. Steel? Remember, we looked at this one a little bit. They actually had some regulatory news and fell a lot. They've been slowly but surely coming back, though. Man, SPY. Starting to base down here around support. Not terrible. Yeah, Mua. 4Runners are awesome. I was gonna get my girlfriend like a 1-year-old used 4Runner. It was so dumb. I could have got like we could have gotten a TRD Pro 4Runner for sale. It would have been like the same price as like her used car. It actually had me a little mad that she would not get the 4Runner, guys. Like, here, I'll show you guys this. You guys are gonna be like, what? So like, I was showing my girlfriend like cars like this, like this 4Runner. It's a TRD Pro off-road with only 20,000 miles. And you could find them with like 10,000 miles for a similar price. This is actually cheaper than the 4Runner costs. It's only 1 year old, so it's not like it's old or anything, you know? And I was really trying to get her to get this, but she would not. I don't know why. She just don't like the look, I guess, but either way, I like the 4Runners. Or I mean, I like the RAV4 too, but I was like, babe, what is wrong with you? Why would you not want the 4Runner? Stop. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah, Mua, I was like very surprised. I was finding them like that price all over the place here. They are coming out with the new 4Runners though. They're going to be changing the look. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Watch this. They actually got leaked. There's a couple photos that they leaked of what it's going to look like in the back. This is one of the leaked pictures here. I was also trying to get her. I was like, babe, just save up for 6 months and get the new one when it comes out. And she was like, I want it now. It kind of reminded me of that lady from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Remember Baruka on there? She's like, But Daddy, I want it now. You know, that's kind of how she was. She would not wait. Tacoma. Hey, the taco. I like it. Hey, Jane likes to rent nice cars on occasion. That's not a bad way to go, Jane. Low key. Honestly, you know what? I'm actually starting to think about it, Jane. Like, let's see. My Corvette. I would bet you with how often I drive it, which is like once a week at most, I would bet it would be cheaper to just rent it when I want to drive it than to just own it. Low key. If I just was like renting it twice a month for like 1 or 2 days, that would be cheaper. I guarantee you. Huh. It might actually be like right on the same amount, but. Xbox goes, you always bring up expensive cars. Yeah. I'm a car nut, man. I love cars, so. I don't know. Obviously, make smart financial decisions. You know, don't be too dumb out there. But I have a motto, and I'll have to die by this motto. You know, life is really short. You know, drive what you want. As long as you can afford it and you're not killing yourself for it, you know, drive what you want if that's what you're into, you know. I know a lot of people out there that they think I'm nuts for a Corvette, and then they spend like, I'm sure like thousands of dollars every month on some crazy ass like pills or something, or, you know, or they smoke cigarettes, or, you know, all types of other shit that you could be like, oh yeah, well, if you didn't spend $400 on cigs a month, you could have it too, you know. It's like, not just that, but, you know, other things. All right, Tilray. Starting to get a little hotter today. CGC moving good, moving good. Life's too short to drive boring cars. They don't even have to be expensive, you know, just boring, you know, plain boring. Like, you can find like nice, cheaper ones. If you rent a car 30 times for $1,000 a day, oh my God. I was thinking more like doing something like 200, 300 a day, 400, something like that, Mason. Off like Turo. I wonder how much that stuff costs. Let's see. Turo car rentals. Let's see this. Let's rent a Porsche. Look at this. You could rent a 911, a 2018 911 for only $220 a day. Oh my God. Look at this. A 1989 Porsche 911 for $251 a day. I might do that. Low-key, that is I might do it just for the experience. Holy shit. A 1989 911. That is cool. The old air-cooled engines. That's neat. That's cool, guys. Wow. Imagine you rent that thing 4 times a month. You're not even to the car payment yet. All right, the stock slowed down for a minute. Let's get some better price action coming in. I'm gonna bring up the SM bot. Where's that momentum today? Where are we at here? CVS? What the? CVS puts going down. We got DJT calls on the bot. Now there we go. Not my favorite intraday setup, though. Just not. Not loving the movement so far on this. There was some great plays to the downside at open. Now everything's starting to even out a little bit. Yeah, Mason's looking at renting like Ferraris or something, guys. Yeah, you're right, Mua. I could actually rent that out to people. That would not be bad. I could even rent my Corvette out to random people. I wonder how much that would supplement income on that thing. I bet if you did the Corvette a lot, it could pay itself off each month pretty quick. But then it's going to lose a ton of value because of the miles. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I knew. Oh, yeah, I knew that for sure, Mason. For sure, for sure. I've looked into it quite a bit, like, crunched the numbers before, even, with it. Crunching those numbers. Really? You didn't like doing the Tesla for 300 a day? Yeah. Man, I would have rather went and rented like an AMG. You should have rented a G-Wagon, Mason. Oh. Rent a Toro. Xbox is gonna rent a fucking riding lawnmower. That'd be perfect, Xbox. That is funny. A Toro. That's what I'm saying, Jason. Everything's flat. Palantir's starting to sell off a little bit here. Pumpkin Spice puts are on the SM bot. I'm not sure I love that one, though. I'm gonna have to bring up the watch list again. Nothing to the upside today besides, like, Kraft. No one wants to see Kraft. KHC. Coming back in. Nice, Kraft. Pretty good dividend stock this one is. The thing I love about Kraft is, like, every time it touches 34 bucks, you can just, like, buy in and just... It's, like, one of the safer, more consistent movers off of a dollar level that I've seen in a while. Like, it's like every time this thing hits 34, it runs back. It's pretty wild. I can't lie. Pretty insane. Now, it's not awesome. You know, it's not going to be like Nvidia, but... You know, let's say you got like even just a few hundred shares could go a long way on this one. Like, you're not going to make a ton, like I said, but... You know, like, let's say you're buying it up on that 24 area, or 34 area, you know, you're making like... Maybe 600 to 900 bucks on that uptrend, you know, maybe 600 to 900 there. 600 to 900 there. And if you don't, you know, if it goes down, it's a pretty good dividend stock. You just average in. Berkshire or Warren Buffett owns a shit ton of craft. Let me see if I can find like a little picture of the pie chart. Show you guys. It should be on here. Yep, Kraft Heinz right there. It's 3.5% of Warry's overall portfolio there, or his top holdings as of the end of 23, but still. He's almost got as much Kraft as he has Oxy. It's fairly close, I'd say. Obviously, though, he's been changing it up a little bit, but I don't think he's been selling too much Kraft. Nice. Darth's making $500 a week in Uber and DoorDash. Beautiful, Darth. Beautiful, man. That sounds awesome. Great job, Darth. Keep up the great work. Get yourself out of that debt and then use that money to invest in yourself and get things going, man. Sounds awesome. You better still be here in 6.5 months, Darth. I better, you know what I'm gonna do, Darth? I'm gonna do something funny. I'm gonna keep you in check, Darth. I'm gonna have to keep you in check. Let's see. Hey, Siri. Remind me about Darth's debt in 6.5 months. That's so funny. It worked. I'll remind you September 1st or September 2nd, Darth. That'll be cool. Speaking of Burke, I have a good amount of Burke B in the low 300s. Should I ever get rid of it and realize those gains to roll over or hold? It's in a long-term account. You have Burke B, huh? Let's see. Burke B. Down in the 300s. I mean, if by down in the 300s you mean like 380 or 390, I would probably realize it. But if you mean down in the 300s, like 350 or less, I think you're pretty damn good. Now, let's look at some of these big pullbacks that goes on with Burke, just to eye him up, right? Like, let's see some of these percentages to the downside, and then we'll draw it out here. Like, can you withstand this? You know, like the 30% drop on Burke during COVID. At the peak here, whenever all the stocks started falling to begin 2022, fell down almost 30%. So, like, let's see, where would we fall down here if there happened to be another 30% pullback? Because I wouldn't be surprised if there was, right? 30% would put us down around $300 even. So I would say based off your price, Connor, you're in at a good spot for the long term. If it pulls back 30%, we're going to have a lot of issues out there, like during COVID and stuff like that. So I think you're good around the 300s. Just if it does pull back, just start averaging in. You know, that's the big way to go here. One little problem with Berkshire that I have is, well, Berkshire is going to be around for a long time. We all know that. You know, even after Warren Buffett dies, like, how long will Berkshire be around? The problem is, when he does die, well, excuse me, I had to yawn, but when he does die, how many people will sell simply because of that, right? I'm curious. I'm extremely curious how that will go. I'm not saying it will sell off from that, but I don't know. It's one of those little thoughts that I have. Like, will that company change when he's gone? Yeah, it's been a great year, Connor. No problem. I have 6 shares of Meta, average cost of $175. Should I sell them or keep holding and buy more when I'm out of debt, of course? I like Meta. I think for the long term, it'll be just A-okay. For the short term, I could see some pullbacks. Darth, low key. Well, I don't know how much debt you're in, but I was gonna say maybe you could sell Meta and get out of debt. But Meta's so high, like I would say, let's see, 176. You're in at such a good price.
So, what exactly did you tell them then?
I would say wait for a big dip and then just start buying some shares.
I actually thought...
I think that's pretty smart. Okay. 11K to pay off, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Great work though, Darth. Keep it up. It's hard to answer that question. I would probably just hold them and then, you know, see how it goes out there. Go back to AMD real fast. How's Nvidia?
What exactly did you tell them then? For real? I actually thought... You're just a liar!
The energy stocks are still really crazy. What's your favorite stock ETF, aka what's the largest position in your portfolio? Just curious. Whoa. What in the... Sorry guys, something just like magneted to the back of my phone. It was so weird. Yeah, so the largest position, Darth, is definitely DraftKings, ticker symbol DKNG. Definitely one of my favorite long-term stocks out there. It's been great this year. I have been scaling out a little bit on the way up. At the beginning of this year, I took a little bit of profits in January. But overall, still the largest one by far. Doing very, very well. My average price is like 24 to 26. I have it in a couple different accounts, so, you know, you got to kind of add them together, but still doing very, very well over the long term here with DraftKings, so all good there. Would love to average in even more. Jason said, when are you selling Neo? Yeah, so Neo was a big money play, Jason. I was following the big money on this. The plan is to sell when the big money sells. The problem is that obviously these options have gotten destroyed, but, you know, that's why you don't need to buy like a ton of these contracts, right? Like, I always say keep your overall risk to your account like 2 to 5% maximum. So like, you know, on trades like big money plays like Neo and stuff, like I'm never putting like a ton of money in there. So, you know, realize that when you're chasing big money plays, a little bit can go a long way with these types of plays. No kidding. Like GOLD, GDX, those have been awesome. They've been well you know, more than making up for Neo, although they are big money plays. Not necessarily a swing, but they are swings, I guess, when you think about them. But giving the big money more credit here than myself on those ones. Yeah, so that's the plan, Jason. Whenever the big money sells, they're still in. As of the last time I checked, let me check. 24. Yeah, I mean, they're still in. The big money's either getting smacked or they shorted these options. One or the other. One or the other. You love that stock. I have a bid of 30 shares at 26.80. Nice, Darth. That's awesome, man. Yeah, DraftKings is definitely my my favorite long-term position for me, though. I see a lot of growth in their future. I'm not a big fundamental analysis guy, so, you know, I'm not going to be out here like spitting numbers like Hunter would or something, but I'll say this. Every time a state legalizes, their chance to grow rises, right? And I see over the long term them just continuing to grow and grow and get stronger and stronger and stronger. All right, let's go check back in on SPY really quick and a couple other stocks. We'll have to end the stream here in just a minute. I appreciate you guys joining up this morning, though. It's been a fun live stream. We had a lot of good movement at market open, and then everything just went flat. So it seems like it's always like that, isn't it? We always get that good volatility and then flatness. Pretty rare it just continues to go all day. Yeah, Darth, I like actually reading their financials, but yeah, the thing that I'm talking about, Darth, is like maybe looking at like what's a good share price for them if they continue the growth that they're on now. Like where would their shares be in like 3 to 5 years? You know, that's kind of what I'm looking at, Darth. If you can do that, definitely give me your outlook on it, because that would be pretty cool. Darth, you have the stock analysis dashboard, right? If you like financials on stocks and stuff, you gotta get the stock analysis dashboard. There's about to be a huge update to it too, guys, so be ready for this. It's gonna be integrated a lot more into Discord and stuff like that, but check it out right here. Everybody check it out. If you're into any type of longer term trading and investing, check out the stock analysis dashboard. You guys will love it. It's badass. Actually, I sent you the wrong link. It'll still work, but click the second one to take you to the page. It's badass. You got to check it out. Little video on it here. Mike shows a video on it. you know what? We're going to end the stream here, so I really appreciate you guys joining up, but you know what we're going to do? Oh, wow, that's awesome, Darth. That's awesome, man. That's great. Yeah, well, what I'm going to do to end the stream, I'm going to actually play the stock analysis dashboard video. So anyone that sticks around and you want to learn about the stock analysis dashboard, check this out. Especially all of you longer term investors out there. I think you'll really enjoy this, but I really appreciate you all joining up today. I do gotta run. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll play this video and then the stream will be concluding. So let's go, guys. Stick around and learn a little bit. It's only like 15 minutes long. You guys will enjoy it quite a bit. I'll see you guys in Discord, and of course, I will see you tomorrow morning as well. Have a great one, guys.
Some brand new exciting updates for the StockedUp stock analysis dashboard. For those of you who don't know, there are basically two main types of analysis when it comes to investing and trading. You have technical analysis, and this is by far the most popular type of analysis, especially among just like everyday traders. This involves like trend lines and a bunch of patterns and indicators and a bunch of stuff like that. And then you also have what's called fundamental analysis, which doesn't really look at like price action or charts too much, but instead focuses on fundamentals and how the company itself is actually doing, like how their earnings are, how high their net margins are, what valuation they're trading at, you know, what their expenses are doing, what are their debt levels, and things like that. And basically, at the end of the day, while technical analysis is very popular, fundamental analysis is also it's nowhere near as popular, but it's also extremely important. And if you ignore fundamental analysis, it will be a big mistake, especially over long periods of time. So learning how to understand fundamental analysis and then like actually analyze companies will be key to long-term profits, you know, over the long term, obviously. So basically what our stock analysis dashboard does is it makes analyzing fundamentals of any company very easy and interactive. Traditionally, if you wanted to look at the fundamentals of a company, you would have to read through 200-page earnings reports, and it's just boring, and it's just a bad system. You might go to Yahoo Finance as well, and you might look at their data, but even this, like, it's not organized. There's not a lot of data, and even if you did want access to more data, you have to pay them like $35 a month, and it's even at that point, it's not even that good. What our software does is it comes in, makes everything easy to read, easy to understand, and it's cheaper than Yahoo Finance. So, like for example, you can look at Yahoo Finance and you can see that you only have like a couple years worth of data, and it's just unorganized and it doesn't look good. Where with us, you can see 10 years of data right now, and we're set to add 30 years worth of data coming soon, and you can see everything in a nice, easy to see way. It's broken down by the balance sheet, the income statement, the cash flow statement. If also what you can do is right now we're looking at, like, let's say Apple's cash and short-term investments over time, which went from like 40.5 billion to 48 billion with highs of over 100 billion. But you could also break it down by quarter, and you can see like how the data changes up here from quarterly into an annual way as well. And if you are always looking at certain, let's say, data points, like let's say you're always trying to look at, I don't know, a company's goodwill, if you just click on this, it will actually highlight the entire row for you so it stands out in the future. And this is just one of many ways that our software can really help give investors the edge going forward, especially when it comes to fundamental analysis. And that's just one thing of many things we have to talk about in today's video. We're also going to be going over some brand new updates that we have to the software. Basically, with all StockedUp products, when you sign up for them, they literally act as an investment in the sense that they get better and better and better over time. So like our first version of the dashboard was like a Google Sheets like document, and it did a good job, but we are just constantly adding more and more features. All the time we are working behind the scenes and investing more and more money into the software to just make it better and better and better. Another thing with all StockedUp products, once you sign up, the price you pay, you will never pay higher than that. So for example, if you sign up right now for, let's say, $30 a month and the price rises to $70 a month in the future, you'll be locked in at $30. So we're always working very hard behind the scenes to make our software better than everyone else. So let's get more into the details. So right now, we'll start off by saying, you can just type in a stock ticker symbol and, just press enter, and all the data loads very quickly in a nice and easy way. Right now we're in dark mode, but if we want to get a little bit, I guess you could say more, if you want to have a different appearance, you can toggle the light mode. So that's easy. Also, this software works on all devices, whether it's computers, laptops, iPads, whatever. It's very adaptable. But we can see once we type in a ticker symbol, we can see a description of the company, what they're worth, the stock, the price that the stock is currently trading at, and then from there, you can customize to see basically whatever data you want on the main dashboard page. Right now, I am looking at revenue and cost of revenue over the years. So we can see how Microsoft's revenue just straight up exploded over the past decade, which is awesome. But you could also break it down into a quarterly viewpoint as well. And if you only wanted one data point on the chart, it's super easy to do that. You just click and it works. So it's very, very easy in that sense. Also, like I said, you can customize to see whatever data you want. So it's as simple as clicking add new chart. Whether you want it to be an annual or quarterly chart, we'll do annual, and then you just pick what you want. So if you want to see their dividends paid over time, and if you just want to see that, that's fine. But if you also want to see like their total, you can say total debt. It's very, very customizable in that sense. And that's awesome because, if you really want to look at how a company's revenue is growing over time, it's like you can look at it in a boring way on Yahoo Finance like this or some other way, or you can see it in a nice, easy, and visualized way within seconds. And like I said, it works for literally every single company, and it works quickly too, and it's customizable. So now I want to go a little bit deeper into some other cool features that we have to offer. Fundamental analysis is awesome, but we also have some features that go into what other people are actually trading for any given stock. So basically with our software, you can see what insiders of the company are actually doing with the stock, and you can also see what senators and people in government are actually trading with that given stock. So for example, let's say we look at Apple in the top left, we have that typed in. We can see all of the insider trades from Apple. We can see who made the insider trades, whether they bought or sold, and how much they bought or sold. You also have a link to the actual purchase or sale, and you can also see how many shares that person actually owns overall and how much they just traded on that date. So that is awesome in that sense. Also, you can see what senators are trading any given stock, like Apple or whatever. You also get a direct link to their trade. So that is awesome, very, very useful. Sometimes senators and insiders know more information than everyone else, so following what they're doing can be extremely beneficial because, if one random day a bunch of insiders and senators start loading up on Apple shares, they probably know something that hasn't been released to the public yet, and we could take advantage of that. Another cool thing is, let's say you're just not looking for any specific trades related to a specific company like Apple or whatever. You can also just see general insider trades on the entire market overall, just with all ticker symbols, and you could filter this by only buy orders, only sell orders. You could also do the same for Senate trades as well, which is awesome. Following insiders and the people who lead our government is a pretty smart thing to do when it comes to investing, because they tend to make some pretty smart decisions, whether it's a coincidence or not. So that's a topic for another video, but either way, it's a really cool feature. Also, if we go to the analyst tab, we can see some really cool information at the top right here. So you can type in any company. I have Apple right now, but say we switch to Microsoft and press enter, we can see that what the median price target for Microsoft is, what the high price target is, and what the low price target is. So that's really cool if you just want to get a gauge of what everyone's price target is for any given company. The data loads within seconds. So that's cool, and you could see basically every single price target that there is for that given company and the article that goes along with it. So for example, let's say you're looking at Microsoft, and you could see that Wells Fargo has a price target of 300 for Microsoft and you want to look more into it, you can click the article button and it'll take you right to there. And it also shows you at what price Microsoft was at the time of the price target being announced. So that's really cool. The same thing also goes for upgrades and downgrades, so you can see all that good information, and that is also very helpful. And then just like with the Smart Money tab where we saw, senators and insiders trades, on the right side of the screen, you can just see a bunch of new price targets for just stocks across the entire market. And the same thing with upgrades and downgrades. So it's like a perfect blend of, seeing just some overall flow of the market overall, while also being able to get deep into any given company's price target. So it's awesome in that sense, and all of this data loads as quick as possible. So that's awesome. And then what's even cooler is if you want to calculate your own price targets, we also have software for that. So basically, if we head over to the calculator tab, what you can do is you can type in any company. So like in this example, we'll use Microsoft again, and you can press calculate. This is a DCF calculator. So basically, this calculator is where there's like basically no assumptions, and it just gives you the default price targets for any given company within seconds. Basically, all of the assumptions are done automatically for you. But if you wanted to input your assumptions manually, you can also do that as well. So for example, if you look at Microsoft and you're looking at like a 5-year analysis, and like let's say you're trying to find, let's say you estimate their revenue to grow by, let's just say 5% to make it easier. Let's say we do like 3%. 5%, and in a great scenario 8%, right? And you can input all of your other data and press calculate, and you can see what price you should be paying for Microsoft. So this is just a random example. Of course, you can calculate and do your own assumptions however you want, but the main point is that you can input your assumptions and you can get price targets calculated automatically for you. So that's awesome. And there's 3 different cases for like a worst case scenario, a medium case scenario, and the best case scenario. So that's cool. You could also do it related to currency, which is very unique. And then also there's like a growth option as well. So not all companies are created equally. Basically, some companies have been around for 50 years, while other companies are just in their growth stages, and we understand that. So you would not use a calculator like this on a company who maybe just started a couple years ago. In that scenario, you would want to use a growth calculator because the company is just in the earlier stage. So like you could also do that, and you can get price targets as well. Like I said, there's a ton of options to customize this exactly how you want it. We also have a dividend discount model, which is awesome. So you can do it based on the company's dividends and find a price target like that. Again, this is just a random example, so please keep that in mind. And we also have a Ben Graham calculator, which is also awesome. So in terms of calculators, we have so many different options for you to calculate your own price targets. It's really cool in that sense, and there's basically endless options for customization and for price target calculation. So it's one of my favorite features of the dashboard, being able to calculate your own price targets. It's pretty cool. And then moving on to the TA dashboard. So this is where we have just a little bit of technical analysis sprinkled in, but it is nice just to get a little bit of a gauge to see how companies are performing relative to other companies. So basically, you can just input any 2 ticker symbols at the top. Right now we have Meta and Tesla. Let's just say we change it to Microsoft and Tesla. We can see Microsoft on the left, Tesla on the right. Now we can see how these companies are doing in terms of, you could just say, overall trend. So we could see this year Microsoft is in a downtrend, 6 months is in the downtrend, but for the week and month it is neutral, where Tesla is in a downtrend for all 4 options. And then we can see which company is doing better than the other. So we can see like how Microsoft has been moving relative to Tesla. And there's a lot of options in terms of opportunities with this, if you just want to see like which companies are outperforming others. But if you want to get a little bit more advanced, you can get into like pairs trading and stuff like that. But what I really like to use is, if we look in like the left right here, we can see the correlation between any given companies, and we can also see how they've been performing relative to each other. So we can see Tesla is actually outperforming Microsoft by 11.74% so far. So that's pretty cool. And then if we go back to the statements tab, I know we already covered all this stuff, but you can highlight any rows that you want, and you can have access to all of the information you could possibly need. Like we could see with Microsoft, or actually still, yeah, if we go to, let's say we go to Microsoft, and let's say we walk through a sample example, right? Maybe you're looking to invest in Microsoft and you want to see how their statements are looking. So you type in Microsoft, then you go to statements, right? And you could go to, let's say, the annual version, or the annual option, we can say. And we can see that they have basically $14 billion in cash. If we scroll down a little bit, we can see they have $61 billion in debt. We can see their net debt. We can see how their revenue's been growing over time, their expenses broken down by category, how many shares they have outstanding, how much stock they've been repurchasing, their free cash flow levels. All of the information you could possibly need is here for you to analyze. And then as we are back on the main dashboard page, it's extremely customizable. It's awesome. And we're just always adding new features to the software. If this software seems like something you might be interested in, check out that first link in the description and the comments down below. It's awesome, and it's only going to get better with time. Like I said, we just add more and more features to it where kind of acts as an investment in a way. As the price goes up, you will always be locked in at your rate, and basically just more and more things will be added over time. It works absolutely amazing right now, but it's just going to get better as it ages. So definitely jump in before we do increase the prices. This software is something that I use every single day because fundamentals, even though they're boring, they are very important, especially for longer term investing and even for short term trading. I know it might not sound like it, but seeing a company's valuation today to where it should be can really give you an edge into what this stock can do going forward. So definitely check it out. It's going to be that first link in the description in the comments down below. I'm so happy with this, how this new update turned out, and I'm so excited to see how better the software gets over time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have
All right, guys, that's essentially it right there. But heading into the market today, we all knew that the SPY was down to start the day. It's continued down quite a bit, starting to get a little choppy. I appreciate everybody joining up here. Let's go. Yoshi made some money off CGC. If you guys stuck around for that, definitely click this link and go sign up. It's a free trial. You don't have to put in your credit card or anything. It's literally a free trial. So just go check it out. Here's the link. Click start for free. That's how easy it is. But I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, Xbox. You're always sticking around, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, have a good one, guys. See ya in the Discord. Happy trading, and walk away with those profits today. Let's see some green action.